Have you noticed your legs feeling heavy, tired, or even numb by the end of the day? Maybe you've seen those purple veins becoming more visible, or perhaps you wake up at night with painful cramps that make you want to scream. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you could change everything. There's one vitamin that most seniors are desperately lacking, and without it, your blood circulation slows down so much that your legs are literally crying out for help. And the worst part is that most people have no idea this is happening inside their bodies right now. My name is Dr. Rebecca Parker. I've worked as a physician for over 20 years, and today I focus specifically on senior health. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that what you're experiencing is not just part of getting older. You don't have to live with this. Your legs don't have to feel like dead weight every single day. Thousands of seniors across America are suffering from the exact same problem. From the cold winters of Minnesota to the warm beaches of Florida. And most of them don't even realize that the solution could be as simple as one specific vitamin that their body is desperately begging for. If this is resonating with you right now, if you've felt that heaviness in your legs or seen those veins getting worse, hit that like button, because what I'm about to share with you is information that could literally save your mobility and independence. And I want to make sure this message reaches as many seniors as possible who need to hear it. Let me explain what's really happening inside your legs right now. After 65, your body goes through changes that most doctors don't talk about enough. Your blood vessels, those tiny highways that carry oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your legs, they start to lose their flexibility and strength. The walls of these vessels become stiff, almost like old rubber bands that have been sitting in a drawer for years. When this happens, your blood flow slows down dramatically. And I'm not talking about a small decrease. We're talking about a circulation reduction that can be so severe that your legs are getting maybe 30 or 40% less blood than they need to function properly. Now here's where it gets really serious. When your legs don't get enough blood flow, several dangerous things start happening all at once. First, your muscles don't get the oxygen they desperately need, which is why you feel that constant tiredness and heaviness. Second, toxins and waste products that should be carried away by your blood start building up in your leg tissues, causing swelling, discomfort, and that feeling of your legs being inflamed. Third, and this is what terrifies me the most as a physician, when blood flow is severely reduced for months or years, you're setting yourself up for blood clots, varicose veins that can become painful and dangerous, and in the worst cases, tissue damage that can lead to ulcers that won't heal. According to recent studies done right here in the United States, over 8 million American seniors are living with peripheral artery disease, which is essentially severe circulation problems in the legs. And many of them don't even know it yet because the symptoms start so gradually that people just assume it's normal aging. But here's what you need to understand. This is not normal aging. This is your body screaming for help, and there's something you can do about it starting today. The longer you ignore poor circulation, the worse it gets. And I've seen this progression in countless patients over my 20 years of practice. It starts with tired legs, then you notice the swelling, then come the cramps at night, then the visible veins, and eventually some people lose sensation in their feet or develop wounds that take months to heal. Every day that passes with poor circulation is another day of damage accumulating in those precious blood vessels, and your legs deserve better than that. Now let me tell you about the solution, the one vitamin that can turn this entire situation around, and I'm talking about vitamin K2, not regular vitamin K, but specifically K2, and the difference between these two is absolutely crucial. Most people have heard of vitamin K because it's involved in blood clotting, but vitamin K2 is like the specialized worker in your body that has one main job, making sure calcium goes exactly where it's supposed to go. And this is where the magic happens for your circulation. Here's what vitamin K2 does that's so powerful for your legs. Inside your blood vessels right now, there's a constant battle happening. Calcium, which is floating around in your bloodstream, has a tendency to deposit itself on the walls of your arteries and veins, making them hard and stiff, almost like pipes that are getting clogged with mineral buildup. This process is called calcification, and it's one of the main reasons why circulation gets worse as we age. But vitamin K2 activates special proteins in your body that grab that calcium and pull it away from your blood vessel walls, keeping those vessels flexible and open so blood can flow freely through them like it did when you were younger. Research has shown that seniors who maintain adequate levels of vitamin K2 have significantly better arterial flexibility compared to those who are deficient, and we're talking about improvements that can be measured and seen on medical tests. Your blood vessels literally become more elastic and responsive, which means blood can pump through them more efficiently, reaching every single cell in your legs with the oxygen and nutrients they desperately need. But that's not all vitamin K2 does. It also works together with vitamin D to improve your overall vascular health, reducing inflammation in your blood vessels and helping to prevent those dangerous blood clots that can form when circulation is sluggish. Plus, and this is something that surprises a lot of my patients, vitamin K2 actually helps strengthen the muscles around your veins, providing better support for blood flow back up to your heart, which is especially important when you're dealing with gravity pulling blood down into your legs all day long. Now, I want to give you a simple protocol that you can start using right away to boost your vitamin K2 levels naturally. This is something I've recommended to hundreds of patients, and the feedback has been incredible. You don't need expensive treatments or complicated procedures. You can start this at home with foods and supplements that are available at any pharmacy like Walgreens or CVS or your local grocery store. Here's your simple daily protocol for better leg circulation. First, let's talk about food sources of vitamin K2, because this should always be your foundation. The richest natural source is something called natto, which is a traditional fermented soybean product. But I understand that it's not common in American cuisine, and the taste and texture can be challenging for many people. So let me give you more accessible options that you can find easily across America. Fermented cheeses are excellent sources of vitamin K2, particularly aged Gouda, Brie, and Swiss cheese. Just 2 ounces of aged Gouda can give you a significant dose of K2, and you can enjoy this with whole wheat crackers as a snack or add it to your meals. Egg yolks are another great source, especially if you can find eggs from pasture-raised chickens, which have even higher K2 content. Having 2 to 3 eggs for breakfast several times a week is a delicious and effective way to boost your intake. Chicken liver and beef liver are incredibly rich in vitamin K2, and if you can handle the taste, incorporating liver once or twice a week into your diet can make a tremendous difference. You can prepare it with onions and a bit of butter, seasoned with salt and pepper, making it more palatable if you're not used to eating organ meats. Grass-fed butter and ghee also contain K2, so using these for cooking instead of regular vegetable oils adds another layer of benefit to every meal you prepare. For preparation, I recommend creating a weekly meal plan that includes at least 3 to 4 servings of K2-rich foods. For example, Monday and Thursday you could have eggs for breakfast, Wednesday you could enjoy a cheese platter with your lunch or as an afternoon snack, and Saturday you could prepare liver with onions for dinner. The key is consistency because your body needs a regular supply of this vitamin to maintain those healthy blood vessels. Now, when it comes to supplementation, and this is important because most American seniors are not getting enough K2 from food alone, I recommend looking for a supplement that provides between 100 and 200 micrograms of vitamin K2 in the MK7 form, which is the most bioavailable and longest-lasting form in your body. You can find these at any major pharmacy, and they're usually combined with vitamin D3, which is actually perfect because these 2 vitamins work synergistically together. Take your K2 supplement with a meal that contains some healthy fats, because this is a fat-soluble vitamin, meaning it needs fat to be absorbed properly. So if you're having your supplement with breakfast, make sure you're eating eggs cooked in butter or having some avocado on the side, or if you take it with lunch, include some olive oil in your salad or a piece of salmon. This simple step can increase absorption significantly. One important note before we continue. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin or Coumadin, you need to talk to your doctor before increasing vitamin K2 because it can interact with these medications. Your doctor may need to adjust your dosage, but don't let this stop you from having the conversation because the benefits of proper K2 levels are too important to ignore. Write in the comments. Have you ever taken vitamin K2 supplements, or do you regularly eat foods rich in this vitamin? Share your experience because your story could help someone else watching this video right now make the decision to improve their leg health. Now let me take you deeper into why this works so incredibly well, and I'm going to explain the science in a way that makes perfect sense. Inside your blood vessels, there are special proteins called matrix Gli proteins, and their entire job is to prevent calcium from building up where it shouldn't. But here's the catch. These proteins can't do their job unless they're activated, and the only thing that activates them is vitamin K2. Without enough K2, these proteins just sit there inactive, completely unable to protect your blood vessels from calcification, which means every single day that you're deficient in K2, calcium is slowly but surely making your blood vessels stiffer and narrower. Think of it like this. Imagine your blood vessels are highways, and vitamin K2 is the maintenance crew that keeps those highways smooth and clear. Without that maintenance crew, debris piles up, potholes form, and eventually traffic slows to a crawl. That's exactly what happens in your legs when K2 is missing. The traffic of blood flow becomes congested, sluggish, and inefficient, and your leg muscles and tissues are the ones suffering from the lack of delivery. But when you start providing your body with adequate K2, it's like sending in a whole team of workers to repair and clear those highways. Within weeks, you can start to feel the difference as your blood vessels regain some of their flexibility and blood flow improves. Patients often tell me that the first thing they notice is less heaviness in their legs by the end of the day, followed by fewer nighttime cramps. And then gradually they see the swelling decreasing and their energy levels improving because their muscles are finally getting the oxygen they need. Now let's talk about the second solution that works powerfully alongside vitamin K2, and that's increasing your omega-3 fatty acid intake, specifically from fish oil. Omega-3s are like the oil that keeps your entire circulatory system running smoothly. And when combined with K2, the results can be absolutely transformative for your leg circulation. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, do several critical things for your blood vessels. First, they reduce inflammation throughout your entire vascular system, and inflammation is one of the main drivers of poor circulation because it causes blood vessel walls to thicken and become less responsive. Second, omega-3s help make your blood less sticky, which means it flows more easily through even the smallest capillaries in your legs and feet. Third, they actually help improve the function of the endothelium, which is the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, making it more efficient at regulating blood flow and preventing dangerous clots. The best sources of omega-3s are fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna, and I recommend eating these at least 3 times per week if possible. A serving of wild-caught salmon provides about 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA combined, which is a therapeutic dose for improving circulation. If you're not a big fish eater, or if you live in an area where fresh fish is expensive or hard to find, then a high-quality fish oil supplement is absolutely worth the investment. When choosing a fish oil supplement, look for one that provides at least 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA per serving, and make sure it's been tested for purity and doesn't contain heavy metals or contaminants. You can find reputable brands at any pharmacy from Walmart to CVS, and taking this supplement daily along with your vitamin K2 creates a powerful 1-2 punch for circulation that I've seen work wonders in my patients over the years. I remember a patient of mine, a 71-year-old woman named Margaret who lived in Ohio, and she came to me because her legs were so swollen and painful that she could barely walk from her car to the grocery store entrance without having to stop and rest. She had visible varicose veins running down both legs, and she told me with tears in her eyes that she felt like she was losing her independence because even simple activities were becoming impossible. Her grandchildren would visit and want to go for walks around the neighborhood, and she couldn't keep up with them anymore, which broke her heart. We started her on a protocol of vitamin K2 supplementation combined with omega-3 fish oil, and I also had her incorporate more K2-rich foods into her diet. Within about 6 weeks, she called my office and said she couldn't believe the difference. The swelling had gone down noticeably, the heaviness in her legs was significantly reduced, and she had actually been able to walk around the park with her grandchildren without needing to stop every few minutes. By 3 months, her varicose veins had visibly improved, and she told me she felt like she had gotten her life back. That's the kind of transformation that's possible when you give your body the nutrients it's been desperately lacking. Now, if you want access to even more detailed protocols, specific meal plans, and recipes designed specifically for improving circulation and senior health, consider becoming a channel member. There, I share exclusive content, including downloadable guides, detailed supplement recommendations, and answers to common questions that I receive from seniors all across America who are working to improve their health and maintain their independence. But we're not done yet because there's a third solution that's even more powerful when combined with the first two, and that's making sure you're getting enough magnesium. Now, you might be thinking, wait, I thought we were talking about circulation. What does magnesium have to do with it? And the answer is absolutely everything. Magnesium is what I call the relaxation mineral, and it plays a crucial role in keeping your blood vessels flexible and responsive. Your blood vessels have smooth muscle in their walls, and these muscles need to be able to relax and contract properly to regulate blood flow. When you're deficient in magnesium, which over 50% of American seniors are, these muscles become tense and constricted, which further reduces blood flow to your legs and makes all those circulation problems even worse. But magnesium does something else that's incredibly important. It works synergistically with vitamin K2 to prevent arterial calcification. Remember how K2 pulls calcium out of your blood vessels? Well, magnesium helps escort that calcium to your bones where it actually belongs, creating a complete system for keeping your arteries clean and your bones strong at the same time. Plus, magnesium helps reduce those painful leg cramps that many seniors experience at night, which are often a sign of both poor circulation and mineral deficiency. The best food sources of magnesium include dark leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard, nuts and seeds, especially pumpkin seeds and almonds, whole grains like brown rice and quinoa, and dark chocolate, which is not only delicious, but also provides a decent amount of magnesium. Black beans, avocados, and bananas are also good sources that are easy to incorporate into your daily meals. For supplementation, I typically recommend a dose of 300 to 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium per day for seniors, and the best forms are magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate because they're well absorbed and don't cause digestive upset like some other forms can. You can take this in the evening before bed, which has the added benefit of helping you relax and sleep better, which is when your body does most of its repair and regeneration work. So now you have the complete 3-part protocol for dramatically improving circulation in your legs. Vitamin K2 to keep your blood vessels flexible and free of calcium deposits, omega-3 fatty acids to reduce inflammation and improve blood flow, and magnesium to relax your blood vessels and support the proper distribution of calcium in your body. These 3 work together like a perfectly coordinated team, each one enhancing the effects of the others, creating a compound effect that can genuinely feel like a miracle when you experience it yourself. If this information has been helpful to you, if you can see how this could change your life or the life of someone you love, hit that like button right now and help me spread this message to more seniors who desperately need to hear it. Let me give you a real-world example of how to put all 3 of these together into a daily routine that's simple and sustainable. You wake up in the morning and have a breakfast of scrambled eggs cooked in grass-fed butter, which gives you K2 from both the eggs and the butter, along with some spinach mixed in for magnesium. Mid-morning, you take your vitamin K2 supplement along with your omega-3 fish oil with a small handful of almonds for healthy fats to help with absorption. For lunch, you have a salad with dark leafy greens, topped with canned sardines or tuna for omega-3s, some pumpkin seeds for extra magnesium, and a dressing made with olive oil. Afternoon snack could be a few pieces of aged Gouda cheese with some whole wheat crackers and a piece of dark chocolate. For dinner, you prepare baked salmon with roasted vegetables and a side of brown rice, giving you another dose of omega-3s plus more magnesium and fiber. Before bed, you take your magnesium supplement with a glass of water, and your body has everything it needs to work on repairing and improving your circulation while you sleep. This kind of eating pattern is not only beneficial for your legs, but it's also supporting your heart health, brain function, bone strength, and overall vitality. It's a complete approach to healthy aging that addresses multiple systems at once. During those long winter months that we experience across so much of America, from the harsh cold of the Northeast to the icy conditions in the Midwest, circulation problems tend to get worse because cold temperatures cause blood vessels to constrict even more. This makes it even more critical to maintain adequate levels of these three key nutrients so your body has the resources it needs to fight against the additional stress that cold weather places on your circulatory system. I've had patients tell me that they dreaded winter because their legs would feel like blocks of ice and the pain would be unbearable. But after implementing this protocol, they noticed that even during the coldest months, they felt significantly better, with less pain, less swelling, and better overall comfort. One gentleman from Wisconsin told me he was able to shovel his driveway for the first time in 3 years without his legs giving out on him, and he credited it entirely to making these nutritional changes. Now I want to address something important that I hear from seniors all the time: the concern about taking multiple supplements and whether it's safe or necessary. First, let me assure you that vitamin K2, omega-3s, and magnesium are all nutrients that your body naturally needs and uses every single day. You're not taking some exotic chemical or pharmaceutical drug. These are essential nutrients that should be coming from your food, but due to modern agricultural practices, changes in our diet, and the natural aging process, most of us simply aren't getting enough from food alone anymore. Second, these three nutrients have been extensively studied and have excellent safety profiles when taken at recommended doses. Millions of people take these supplements daily without any problems, and the benefits far outweigh any minimal risks for the vast majority of people. That said, if you're on medications, especially blood thinners, or if you have kidney disease or other serious health conditions, it's always wise to discuss any new supplements with your healthcare provider so they can monitor you appropriately and make sure there are no interactions. The reality is that poor circulation is not something you should just accept as part of aging. Your legs are designed to carry you through life, to take you places you want to go, to let you play with your grandchildren, to allow you to maintain your independence and dignity as you age. When circulation fails, all of that starts to slip away, and I've seen too many seniors lose their mobility and their quality of life because they thought there was nothing they could do about it. But now you know better. You know that there are specific, scientifically backed nutritional interventions that can make a real, measurable difference in your circulation and your leg health. You know that vitamin K2 is the key player in keeping your blood vessels flexible and clear, that omega-3s reduce inflammation and improve blood flow, and that magnesium helps your blood vessels relax and function properly. You have the knowledge and the tools to take action starting today.